Can you see me?
Nope. I can see you now. Were you doing it for your mobile?
Yeah.
Okay, that's much better. Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah. My bad. We got there in the end.
Yeah, in the end, there we go. All right. Cashh, nice to have you on the live.
Likewise, bro.
Or on the Zoom, shall I say.
Mm-hmm.
So firstly, how are you? How's things? I keep asking people about quarantine, but we're out of quarantine now. So how's life
Yeah,
in
do you know
general?
what it is? We've been programmed so much
Mm.
that we don't realize. Like a good couple weeks after the lockdown was kind of finished, I was still in my yard. Like, now we can't go now.
Were you really?
Yeah.
I tell you what, I was making every excuse to leave my yard even during the lockdown. Like I couldn't say it. I couldn't do it. It was mad. Yeah, but how did you cope with it all? How did you find it?
It was fine for me. I've had to isolate anyway before, so I'm no stranger to isolation and just being at home. To be fair, and I'm an introvert. I like being at home anyway. If it's down to me, I'll be here all the time.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. What did you do to make your life like at home? I made sure that I've got certain things that I need to have. Like I've got my little music system. I've got my PS4. I've got little things that I know that no matter what, I've always got something to do at home. What are the things that your go-to things while you're at home during quarantine?
Well, the good thing for me is I have the studio in the house. So
Okay.
in terms of working, I just have to go downstairs, go into the studio, and we're good to go on that side of things.
Yeah.
And then what else? Internet. I don't know how we'd have done this without internet.
Mad, right? I said to everybody, what's it called? Instagram became like the central part of everyone's life.
If we weren't able to attend all of those Instagram parties and those lives,
it'd have been crazy.
It'd have been a bit mad. But yeah, I think just social media helped a lot. Did some reading as well through the lockdown. Watched a lot of stuff, listened to a lot of stuff. And yeah, just being present, I guess, within the household and everyone that's here. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So let's go on to you, the artist, Cashh. Formerly Cashtastic.
Yeah.
Why the name change?
Well, it's just a full circle because it was actually Cashh before it was Cashtastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was originally because my real name is Kashif.
Oh, okay.
So if you take the E off, you're left with Cashh, like literally just CASH. And then when I went to Jamaica, I just feel like I outgrew the name Cashtastic.
Right, okay.
So this time around, I just wanted to make sure that everyone understood that their name is Cashh. But I've spelled it with 2 H's just to make sure that. You get me?
I'm surprised you didn't put like a dollar sign for the S. I would assume that would be the first thing you do.
Yeah, I felt like that would have been cheesy.
You probably would have been
hella cheesy. Like, and then plus just separate to that, I'm not that type of person anyway. Like, oh, look at me, I got money. Like, I'm not that. And I feel like whether I was that person or not, someone seen my name spelt that way would just assume that. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. You touched on Jamaica. I do want to ask you about this because obviously I've not really heard you speak much about it. I think I've heard like one interview talking about what happened. So I just want to touch on it very slightly. I don't know the whole story, so I can imagine it's a long story and we don't have time for it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go into just like the main parts of it. So for those who don't know, you were deported and had to go to Jamaica. I just wonder, how did that come about? Like, how did you even get the information? Were you like involved in anything in the police, and then they said, "Oh, by the way, this has come up," or were you just at home and you got a letter? Like, how did you find out?
Well, basically, I was removed. I wasn't deported.
Okay.
There's a slight difference.
Okay.
With the deportation, I think there's like a time frame where you can't return by or something like, oh, you're banned or whatever. Okay. I'm back because I was deported. I was removed.
Did you know that at the time, or did they change it to remove?
No, that was just what it always was.
Okay.
But because the term removed ain't as prominent in immigration as deportation. So if somebody gets sent back, you just automatically just assume they've been deported. And I weren't exactly just speaking out when I got out there. So it wasn't a case of, well, when I first got there, I found myself like correcting people like, no, it was removed. Not
okay.
But then after a while, you get they're not being specific. They're just talking about the overall scenario. How it came about is obviously I was born in Jamaica. I grew up in London. I came to England when I was around 5-6 years old. went through the entire schooling system up until secondary school. So from year 2 all the way up.
Yeah.
So my primary education really was in the UK. Within that time, never traveled back to Jamaica, never really had a relationship with anyone on the island in itself. But that doesn't change the fact that I was born there. So once I realized that I didn't have the rights in terms of the papers to live within the UK, I basically just started applying to have those rights.
Oh, okay.
And then in applying for those rights, I basically, it was kind of like, well, yeah, no, you shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And our thing was, I understand the fact that paperwork wasn't sorted out and all of these things. And I didn't return to Jamaica at the time, but I was 5 years old. I couldn't just get on a plane and return. You know what I mean? And then separate to that, the moment, like, because I lived my entire life in the UK at that time thinking I was fine. How I found out, well, the moment I found out things weren't okay, since that moment, I started trying to fix things basically. But they didn't pay attention to any of that. And then it was a case of basically you just have to leave the country and then reapply to come back here. And it just so happened that took 5 years. Some people it takes longer. Some people it doesn't happen. So
when they remove you, they don't give you a time period. They say you were removed, but there's a potential.
Listen,
that
let
you
me
could come
tell you, I'll
back.
keep it 100 with you. Once you get on that plane, you are no longer their concern. They don't care. Like once you get on that, they can talk a good game and tell you I mean,
get you out of it.
They didn't even talk a good game to me. I didn't even get that. It's kind of like, you got to bounce. And so I had to figure everything out once I got there.
So the one question I really want to know is this. I've heard rumors, I've heard people speak about when you get deported or removed, whichever it might be. When they send you to Jamaica, they give you some sort of pamphlet or a book to say, okay, this is how you act in Jamaica. Try and speak with their accent. I've heard that rumor a few times. So they don't say, okay, all right.
Well, I can't say it doesn't happen at all. I can only speak from my scenario. Never happened for me and nobody that I've seen. Because on the day I got sent back, on the plane were other people as well, and none of us received any of that. So
okay. Oh, so there's a few of it on. So was a plane full of people being removed?
No, so it's a commercial plane.
Oh, okay, but you're just on.
But on the day, they basically the other people that were being deported, I didn't know who they were. So I guess they came from different deportation centers, immigration centers. I didn't see any of them receive anything like that either. But it could be a case of how Jamaican they think you are. I don't know. I don't know which. Not that I wasn't Jamaican, but I was very much more on the British side at that point in my life than I was. Yeah. So if they was gonna give it to anybody, it would have been me.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted that confirmed because I heard that a couple of times and I thought.
What they tell really people how to speak.
So they give you a little leaflet and say, okay, when you go there, speak with the Jamaican dialect and do this and do that, and so you're gonna be walking around, yeah man, or whatever. I don't even know what their plan is. I don't even know.
You didn't get none of that.
Okay, fair enough. Whereabouts in Jamaica were you staying? Because when I was out there, someone asked me, do you know this artist called Cashh? Yeah, I'm going to take you to go and meet him. So whereabouts were you staying?
Where were you? Were in Ochi?
I was in Ochi.
That said that to you. It was in Ochi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I know exactly who it is that said it to you, but that was his thing. Like, he would do that to anybody that
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I just knew it was Ochi's thing.
Yeah. Mad. Okay.
I'm from Kingston.
Yeah.
So I lived in Ochi, but my family are from Kingston. So I had different times. I had times where I lived in Trelawney, and then I had times where I lived in Ochi, but I was back and forth between Ochi and Kingston.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, you cleared up all them things. So I just wanted those are two I really want to ask. All right, so let's talk about the music. So you're back now. You're making music. You're churning that music at quite a rate. You recently released Trouble.
Yeah.
And then you you recently released Trouble, and then you're going to release the new one, which we'll come into in a minute. So let's talk about Trouble quickly. What was the idea behind that song? It seemed like it's come from somewhere.
Yeah, Trouble. The story behind Trouble is. I'll give you a quick synopsis. It's basically throughout my life, I've always been given that advice, like, make sure you keep yourself out of trouble type of thing. Yeah. And when I was younger, I was given the advice by this elder in Peckham, like one of the grown men in the community, and I hadn't seen him since he gave me that advice. And then upon my return, all these years later, on my return, I see him like at the train station, and he's obviously remembering the younger me. So, so as we're leaving the conversation, he basically said to me like, "Yeah, make sure you keep yourself out of trouble." And then I left from him, and then bumped into someone else who I went secondary school with, and he said the exact same thing to me. So I was just like, you know what? They keep telling me to keep out of trouble. And that's how it,
All right. And in the video, you had like a lot of focus on, let's say, the things that are going on, so the BLM and all the rest of it, the marches.
Yeah.
What was the reason for including that in the video?
Do you know what? I just feel like everything pointed in a direction for me to shoot the video in that way, because we attempted to shoot the video like twice before that.
Okay.
Literally drove all the way to Wales. Got to Wales, this is when like Boris was just lifting the lockdown rules, so you could travel for work essentials and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And obviously this is my job. So we've traveled to Wales, not realizing that Wales has a different law over there. So over there,
of course,
heavy lockdown. So that shoot got shut down. And this is prior to George Floyd getting murdered.
Okay.
And then we attempted again, and then I just felt like in the moment, even now, like in the moment, I felt like it's not for, because what I realized, a lot of artists were waiting for the moment to die down before they released music. And I felt like this isn't for us to wait for the moment to die down. Yeah. All of us are standing in solidarity and we're speaking out right now. I don't think it's a case of let's wait for it to die down. Yeah. Obviously, we still have to release music and do what we need to do, but we need to work around that happening rather than waiting for that to go so that we can do what we need to do. So I felt like if I could somehow shed some sort of light on how it feels, that whole concept of that video was just how it feels to leave your house as a black man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like having a shower and this could be your last shower. Like,
mad.
Do you know what I mean? Like just walking around the house and just thinking this is a moment. Just before leaving, it's like the whole video is built up to that moment of just walking out the door. That deep breath before you leave. You might not come back for several reasons.
Yeah. Has it affected you in any way, the drama that's happened? Have you changed the way you look at things?
I found that I had like a delayed response. Because as soon as I saw it, like I saw it through the eyes as everyone else. But it's kind of like, as the week went on, I found myself being in a certain mood, but I didn't realize why it was. And then when I realized like, yo, this is having an internal effect on me, like it made me start feeling like I just felt a way about everything that was going on. It definitely had an effect on me for sure. Even writing wise, I couldn't really write. Yeah, I couldn't write.
It's mad. So after you released that, it didn't take very long before you released the new song, which I can imagine is pronounced so wrong so many times. I can imagine you'd be listening to the radio and say, yes, we've got the new one, Wagwan.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. So why the quick turnaround?
Do you know what? You see, as much as you're saying that's a quick turnaround, it's not even as quick as I want to go. Like I want to go even. Yeah, I want to go even. You got to let
it breathe though. You got to let the track breathe.
Do you know what I feel like? I feel like I've been letting it breathe for 5 years. I'm trying to let go right now. You know what I mean? And separate to that as well, do you know what it is? It's like I've realized that the type of artist I am, I don't make one specific sounding type of music. And I have my fan base varies to a lot of different types of ears. So and I can't please everybody at once. So in order for me to make everybody feel like they're getting there, it's just quick turnarounds. It's just making sure, because for example, like Trouble, I wouldn't say is a song for these kids that are on TikTok. However, Wagwan is. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So making sure that I can like get as many different ears as possible. While just me, I feel like me returning, I just want to make sure that I'm giving as much as I can give. And I have so many different, I have 5 years worth of music. It would take me if I take my time, it would take me 5 years to release them. And that's not counting the new ones I've been doing. So
do you have, so the whole time, have you been making music the whole time? So you just got a bag or crate of music just ready to
for sure. I mean, while I was out there, I was still releasing music, but my traction wasn't the same prior to me leaving. So what it was is we have a lot of songs that we deliberately didn't release while I was in Jamaica because we wanted to make sure we had all of the ears. So, for example, like even Wagwan, the new one with Weston, I've had that for over a year now.
Okay.
But that's not even counting the stuff I've made within that since that. Yeah. And that's just coming out now. So you understand why.
So you saying that you had a lot of stuff that you created whilst you were in Jamaica but didn't release. Sounds like you were confident, always confident that you'd be coming back.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I always knew. It's just, do you know where it is? It's a matter of anyone I ever knew to get sent back to wherever they're from, they never come back.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like, but they never come back, but they always say, yeah, man, I'm coming back soon.
Yeah.
So I just never wanted to be that guy, basically. So I just wanted to, you know what, let me sort out my personals. And then when I go back, they'll just see me back rather than me saying I'm coming back at a certain time.
Yep, I hear that. Okay. So the new one, Wagwan featuring Weston, how did you link up with Weston?
Well,
or even why?
I knew Akel and Hailey from back in the day. Because Akel, I knew me and Akel made music from back in my Cashtastic days, like early. There's a song, I'm not even sure if it ever came out. There's a song of me, Akel, and Ice Kid. And I'm not even sure where that song is, but I knew him from back then. And then Hailey's brother is the one that produces a lot of the Western songs. Sick producer, shouts out to Progression. And we used to do sessions together. So when I used to go to his house and do the sessions, his little brother Hailey was just, he weren't even doing music. He was just little bro. It's when I've got to Jamaica now, Western was formed, and I'm seeing Akel's in there. That's how I saw it. So it was inevitable that once I got back, we would have linked. And even like when they released the song with Alkaline, the Texan song, I helped to promote that in Jamaica as well while I was over there.
Okay.
A lot of people don't realize, but if you watch the Texan video, I'm in there as well.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So while they were out there, I was out and about with them.
Fair enough. Okay. So your opening line in the song is if you wasn't driving a BM, she wouldn't slide in your DMs.
You couldn't slide in her DMs.
Oh, you couldn't slide in her DMs. Sorry. That sounded like something happened, and you thought, you know what, I'm going to use that for a song.
It's not even something happened. You know what it is? I've returned to this whole drip nation situation. It's like everything is big drip, and everything is, I've got the biggest drip, and I've got this, and I've got that, and I've realized there are certain men that have money and have material things, and for them, they think like, trust me, like I spent this amount of money on her, and I went Gucci and I bought this today, and she was on me. She was just staring at my trainers. And it's like, that's not a good thing, my guy.
Yeah.
Like, you're ranting and raving about that. But if you wasn't, do you understand? If you wasn't driving a BM, you couldn't slide in her DM. Yeah. The whole concept behind it is, regardless of any material stuff, we can do what we need to do. We can still have conversations with women. Even women, they can still have conversations with men without having any materialistic side of stuff. Whereas now, this was basically, the concept behind that is me basically dropping some sort of gems, but doing it in a fun way.
Lastly, because I'm being kicked off. What's next for you? Like, I know you're churning out music quite rapidly. So, do you have a plan of a few tracks more that you're gonna release? Is there gonna be a project? What you planning before the end of 2020?
So basically, since my return, I've released a few things. So before Trouble, I released a song called Trench Baby. And then Trouble came out, Wagwan's out now. We're going again soon. So just get ready.
Fair enough.
Listen, we're going
Cashh,
again soon.
Thank you very much for your time. Great to have you on the Zoom.
Love, bro.
All right, take it easy.
Love. Cool.
Thanks. All right, Jill. Sorry, did I go over? Sorry.
It's all right. Do you want to quickly get a drop or intro to the?
Oh, yeah. Can I get a drop? No. Actually, don't worry because no, they sound horrible on the internet. So
you sure?
Yeah, no, it's cool. I don't like them.
I'll tell you what. Just get the information over to me, and I'll record it in the studio and send it to you.
Oh, okay. Nice one. Perfect. All right.
No
problem. Yeah. All right, wicked.
Cool.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jules.
No worries.